Hey everybody, it's Matt and Dyan. Welcome back to OK Aussie. Probably an appropriate day to do this one because Dyan is feeling shattered, exhausted, run down. Poor thing. She was actually just trying to sit up, literally, to have this her coffee. Tried, failed.
Body says no.
The body says no. So let's lie you back down before you fall down. Obviously a good
I can't
thing.
even play with my fidget. I'm too tired.
Oh God, that's
So this is the perfect day for this because I want to talk about it.
Yeah, so what is
Let's
this?
talk about
Let's
it.
talk about this. This is actually a conversation
ME/CFS.
today about ME/CFS, myalgic
And what do we all think about ME/CFS?
encephalitis, chronic fatigue syndrome. That's what you think
We
about
hate it.
We do
We
hate it, don't we?
hate
Now,
Okay, it's painful and extensively long.
it is extensively long.
Lives.
It's affected your life
For the
over
rest of your life,
34
it's going to
years.
affect you. I'm sorry to say. Geez, I hope no one's newly diagnosed.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry for saying that. So,
But no, that's the transparency.
I'm frustrated because I've had
That's
it
the
since
honesty.
17.
For a small percentage of people who get post-viral syndrome going into things such as myalgic encephalitis, chronic fatigue syndrome,
Yes.
it can be a lifetime debilitating condition.
I was told
Now,
that.
this is
I was told
this
that.
is an incidental conversation because we're actually going to be talking about its new brother, the new cousin on the block,
Yeah.
called
different
long
names.
COVID. Now, we all know what COVID is. We've all been through that drama.
Yes.
But coming out of it, interesting, again, with another viral infection, whether it's Ross River or Epstein-Barr or any of the other types of viruses, some cohorts of patients, and particularly those with compromised immune systems,
For whatever
poor
reason,
health, become more susceptible,
yeah.
and it sticks around.
Some of us are not so lucky.
I'm going to briefly explain Dyan's history of this, and then I'm going to go into the article from TheGuardian, written by Kate Lever. Very good article, and I thought it's very, very topical because
And
there's
it's
actually
women too, predominantly.
exponentially a far larger cohort of patients worldwide now dealing with the symptoms of long or post-COVID sticking around,
ME/CFS.
which is why
Post-viral
ME/CFS has
chronic
been
fatigue,
associated
ME/CFS.
because it is exactly the same thing. And these patients are getting the same
Well, what is
frustrations.
my thing was glandular fever, post-viral, chronic fatigue, ME/CFS.
Yeah. Now
When
you
it got to
were
the chronic fatigue diagnosis, because they changed it from post-viral to chronic fatigue, they said, because I said, oh, well, when is this going to go away? It's rather annoying, because I was young. It's probably not.
no. It's
And I
probably
looked
not.
at him and went, what?
Now we found out
They were honest back then, though.
They were.
They're not anymore.
There's been a huge
You
swing
might not hear that anymore.
and a huge difference in the way medical professionals
Yes.
manage this. In those days, it was actually very good, and they gave you good advice to rest. In fact, you were going to be
Do not exercise.
you were going to be put into a coma originally for a couple of weeks for your body to try and manage
Well, they
the
did it
symptoms.
at home.
They threw a lot of
They
antibiotics
did
your
it at
direction.
home in a small way, guys. They put me to sleep, and the doctor said to my mum, who nursed me at home, do not let her be awake for more than 2 hours a day.
Yep.
To bathe and eat and back to sleep.
Yep.
So that was my life for 2 weeks.
And yet it
In
was.
6 weeks, I couldn't get out of bed.
We had literally only
Could
just
not
really met and
Pissed
come
in
into
a
our
bucket
relationship.
under my bed.
And here I am already with a partner. I'm having to learn to become a carer and bathe you and
Yeah,
support
he
you
washed my
through that
hair
process,
and-
which
yep.
was really funny. But he was a healthy person, a person who was so active, a dancer,
Yeah,
professional
very
dancer,
active.
teacher, incredibly active. But that's the thing that also went against you because with ADHD, you pushed
I
far
didn't
too
stop,
far
yeah.
through the threshold. And when you do have colds, flus,
Well, it's
other
depressing
conditions,
as a
don't
dancer
push
to
yourself.
stop. You know, you don't. Dancers are naughty. I hope they're not like that now. I think they're not. I think they've learned.
Well, what comes down to their teachers
But,
if
yeah,
they give them good
when
advice
I
and
was a
guidance
kid,
and direction? Yeah.
It was just push through.
Yes, exactly.
Whether
That was
it's
the
an
attitude.
injury or a cold or flu.
Rub some sand on it and just keep going.
Like they let you back off a little bit, but push through.
Now, with ME/CFS, it gained this new name along the way, myalgic encephalitis. Okay, so it has got inflammation of the brain. It goes with it. You have had the ebbs and the flows. You've had it mild. You've had it moderate. You've had it severe.
Yes.
And boy, have you had it very severe. And with each one of those levels and layers to the condition.
Not just the acute phase, but later I've had it very severe, guys.
And we've
where I
seen
can't
the
get out
ebbs
of
and
bed.
flows, the peaks and
Yeah.
troughs. You know, times when
It's
Dyan, as a
frustrating.
mother at home doing the washing, would literally put it into the washing machine, slump down on the ground, and just sit there until the washing machine would finish because there's no point moving and going anywhere else. Or in the kitchen cooking a meal, would literally put something in the oven and again just slump down and literally sit or lie on the floor until the oven goes, bing, you're ready.
I got good at casseroles.
You did
You know how
actually. You
casseroles
adapt.
15 minutes prep, and then it's in the oven.
Yep.
And I'd always do 2 casseroles at once.
Now, I must say, during the severe,
tip.
and particularly the very severe, Dyan never saw outside of the 4 walls of her room. She never left, literally never left her bed. For weeks and months on end, she became light sensitive with glasses
weird,
on, sound sensitive
you go
with
outside
noise adapters
for the
on.
first time after months.
Yeah.
So some of you guys will relate to this because some of you have mecfs. But when I walk out on those long bad patches of weeks in bed, I go outside and I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
Smelling the fresh air.
And it makes you feel like you've been dead.
It'd be like, I think the
weird.
analogy would
it's
be,
like being in a coma.
well, it would be like being in a bunker. You know, if you're one of those apocalyptic sort of bunkers, apocalypse has come and
sunlight,
you've gone into the bunker and you come out 12 months later and it's like, this is the outside world. That's really what you were emerging from your cocoon, and your body was not, it was struggling. You had muscle aches and pains, you had fatigue, you had lots of fevers all the time. You even became allergic to water touching your skin. Mast cell activation,
meat.
So MCAS.
I had a lot of things that I was allergic to, guys. And what I had to do is I had to do a reintroduction. You
reintroduced your things, Word finding also got lost along the way.
So basically, I used to drink like 10 mils of milk, 20 mils of milk. So I do 10 mils for 3 days, then 20 mils for 3 days.
Yep, slowly building a tolerance again back to that susceptibility.
I never went back to meat straight away though.
Now, later on in life, we found out with a genetic research that Dyan's got an underlying or an umbrella genetic condition called 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. When she talked to her geneticist, she asked, one of the very first things that Dyan asked, do we now have answers? Can you now cure my fatigue? And then geneticist said, sorry, but you've actually got multiple fatiguing conditions. MCFS is just the peak of it all. And after 34 years of the peaks and the troughs, Dyan has learned to adapt, to accommodate, to accept, and has tried a lot of things along the way.
I do. Like on the level of, I accept it on one level, don't I? But then on another level, it's like...
But you keep pushing.
Yes, I get sad. Yes, I get frustrated.
Yeah. So with this knowledge and background and understanding that Dyan's been there, done that, got the T-shirt over this whole thing. And look, we're also part of wider communities, both locally, nationally and internationally, particularly before things really kicked off. You know, in the old days, all we had was the access to the internet to find out and research and trying to find answers to what could help you. Well, this article, I'm now going to segue back into why we're having this conversation, because in the old days,
I did bad things to try and help myself.
You did.
So guys, listen up, because I have done a lot of things that you're probably going to be surprised. You'll be thinking, I would have thought she would know. So some of you with MCFS probably did better than me and listened. I did not.
No, you're not. She's not good at listening.
Not good at listening, guys.
There's also an underlying reason to that as well. It's not just the auditory processing condition. It's not just the executive functioning. It's not just the ADHD that makes her ping off on tangents. It's not just the OCD that makes her swing around in loops. The autism. Her genetic condition, 20 to 30% of patients with 22q will have autism. 50 to 60% will have ADHD. But the autism, the classic autism components for Dyan makes it more susceptible, more vulnerable to suggestions and ideas, whether it's multi-level marketing or, hey, try this new idea from some wacky-backy sort of professional.
When I first went for multi-level marketing thing?
Yeah.
I was early 20s and I was like, yes, but if you do that, then that person gets all the money, I don't. She looked at me like, this is a much older lady than me, like more than twice my age, and she was like...
You had no filter.
And she turned to someone else and talked, and I was like, bitch, really?
I think you've just unraveled
the whole theory. I didn't mean to.
Pyramid scheme.
I didn't mean to. It was my autism honesty, and I was like, oh, hang on. I think I've said something like wrong
again. I think
you
should have said that. We should have social storied
like in my family where they say, shh, not in front of the parrot. Okay.
That echolalia part that gets on. Exactly. Let me talk to you about this. This is from TheGuardian. Now, this is the Australian chapter of TheGuardian. It's an online news media centre. And this is written by Kate Lever, the journalist, a person who's actually suffering from long COVID. And I'm really glad that she is, like many others have along the way, brought this to the attention of the public, because Too many people, we used part of the slogan or the campaigns for ME/CFS along the years has been the hashtag millions missing, because
'Cause we're
millions around
No
the
one
world
cares.
have literally
Hey,
just
guys.
fallen by the wayside, become isolated in their bedrooms, particularly around the severe and the
Look at my
very
dancing
severe
shoes are
phases.
dead.
Literally, her dancing shoes
Dead.
over there are a sordid
Dead.
memory of where she
Dead.
used to be able to dance. Professionally, she had dreams of being on Broadway,
Yep.
Moulin Rouge, on cruise ship tours, or other things, or teaching. This condition robbed Dyan of her dreams. So let's find out a bit about Kate. The subject title for this particular article, it's written on the 3rd of September, Wednesday, 3rd of September 2025. It's called Long COVID. Long COVID has more than 200 potential symptoms. Selective gullibility is one of mine. And sometimes I say Dyan is very gullible as well, but that's the autism. Okay, so let's find out what.
Admit now, but
Maybe
it's
Kate.
too embarrassing.
Maybe Kate could be autistic. I don't know. I haven't read the whole thing, but let's
Kate.
find this out.
Kate,
But there are a
do the
lot
test.
of susceptible
It's a
people
DSM
out there.
test, sweetie.
And that's the angle that I'm coming from. It's how do people like Dyan navigate specialists, hospitals, doctors, suggestions? Because the desire is simple. You just want to get better. You want the pain, the suffering to go away. You want to be normal. You want to be able to fit in. You want to be able to do day-to-day life.
I think
But no one's got any
everyone
answers.
that's
There's
sick
actually
and
no
disabled
cure.
doesn't want to be sick and disabled.
So what happens when there's no cure, but there's lots of people but promising? So let's have a read. So when things are grim, the promises made by the wellness industry sound very appealing. I worry about how vulnerable this has made me. I know how vulnerable it's made you. Thanks, Kate. Ordinarily, I'm a sensible person, at least part-time anyway. A journalist, an asker of questions, a checker of sources, historically a big fan of research. 3 years, however, into a debilitating chronic illness, chronic meaning long-term, I am willing to try anything to get well. Well, we know that one. Even things that would have once made me roll my eyes, chromotherapy, sound baths, mushroom extract. Oh, that's a bit too soon in Australia, talking about the mushrooms.
Let's not.
Reiki, leg compression boots, strategic humming. So what is a strategic humming?
Kate, come talk to me, okay?
Darling, I want to find out more about this strategic humming.
I will talk to you about this if you come to me. Stop.
Oh, I feel so much better already. I'm resonating on a wholly different parallel.
I'm so sorry because I can only imagine.
We all get sucked into this. We want hope. So if the devil, hopefully Liz Hurley, bedazzled version, must be some sort of movie, offered me the full health in exchange for my soul, I would have a hard time saying no. And so
No,
I'm an
say
easy
no to the
target.
devil.
You say no to the devil.
Kate.
Yeah, say no.
Say no. Don't even say his name.
Don't entertain. I have become a selectively gullible person.
Don't mess with that shit.
Disillusioned with mainstream medicine, waiting for a cure, sitting cross-legged on the floor in front of an infrared light panel, wearing nothing but a pair of protective wraparound sunglasses and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
I contracted COVID-19 at a Harry Styles concert in June 2022.
Oh, no.
Damn.
How? One way to ruin a good concert.
I know, right?
I'm so sorry.
3 months later, I was diagnosed with post-COVID-19 syndrome, colloquially known as long COVID, because, well, it does like to hang around a bit. Hello, Maxie. You like to hang around too. Max, our ragdoll. Since then, Kate has sampled more than 200 plus from the 200 plus available symptoms, including but not limited to heart palpitations, gastrointestinal chaos, joint pain, the ability to feel my heartbeat in my arms, brain fog. Oh, that's the classic. Brain fog is synonymous with this condition. So bad that I once forgot how to turn off the shower, and the type of fatigue that regularly makes me Google.
I can relate to that, Kate.
She was Googling, can you die from tiredness? At times.
You know what? You do feel like that, but don't worry, Kate. It does get to the point where you know the difference, but it'll take you years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, but no, you're right. It's when you first get this, I do relate to that feeling.
At times.
Worry. I used to think, oh my gosh, I'm dying, but you're not. But you will feel like you are. Over and over, I'm sorry to say.
Sage words of advice from someone who's been through it long term. At times, a 5-minute phone conversation has sent her to bed for days. I had to rest halfway up a small set of stairs. I can imagine that. Literally, you climb up a few stairs, sit down and go, that's it. Time out, I'm calling time out.
No, well, you sit there to think, oh, I'm going to do this for a little few seconds, and it turns into, oh my gosh,
she would answer a single email, and then she would...
Max.
Really? Now you've clicked on the advert.
Okay.
Oh,
Max.
It's an advert about cats. Typical.
You want to go to cats, well, they don't let you in, sweetie.
So Max is very interactive in this. So she'd answer a single email and then slip into a sleep that felt closer to a coma than a nap. So when things are that grim, the promises made by the wellness industry sound very, very appealing. An industry that's worth $6.3 trillion globally, with some of the most diabolically persuasive advocates available. Celebrities, influencers, internet strangers, a friend's sister's boyfriend's colleague who swears that his one supplement made him better in just 1 week alone.
Never trust the sister's cousin's boyfriend's sister's
Aunt Mary down the road.
No,
right.
It's always dodgy.
I shudder to think what my own contribution to that figure has been, and I will not be voluntarily doing the maths to find out. I've been through enough already. Whenever someone recommends something new, I haven't had it in me to ask, where is the rigorous scientific proof of this thing's efficacy? When I've had, help me, I will do anything to feel well. I get it. Playing inside my head on a loop 1,000 times a day.
I've cried at my doctors saying, I need to go to work. How are you going to fix me? I'm done. I started to put it back onto them because it got to the point where, you know how they say to you, oh, well, you know, like it's just in your head.
Oh, it's all in your head.
Okay, so if it's in my head, then let's just get this sorted. Do I need antibiotics? Do I need another type of tablet? What do I need to do? Because I've got to go to work tomorrow. And you saw my throat was red, so what are you going to do about it?
Yep. And the answer is crickets, right?
And they just go, oh, well, you know, you're probably just anxious because I'm a chick, right? And this is many years ago, guys. And I'd literally cry and say, how would you feel? At least I did this as an autistic. I said, how would you feel if you couldn't go to work tomorrow? Just because I'm me and you're a doctor doesn't mean that there's any difference in responsibilities of life.
No.
Anyway,
funny
I'm
about
angry
that.
just thinking about it.
And look, you've also been told that you're just going to have to accept it. And
no, that's what I was told. You're going to have to quit your job and you're going to have to deal with it. And I'm like, oh, so you're going to pay my bills, buddy?
Yeah. Let's find out from Kate, because I feel like Kate's going through
Kate, I feel you.
The same rage. Now, sometimes this is fine, even great. There are many alternative things that really work for me. I love acupuncture, for example.
Yes, it is good.
Somatic dance. Shiatsu. That's the massage, not the dog. But then again, you can also get a Shih Tzu. That'd be quite cute to have the dog.
Good companion.
Yeah. Massage can actually help. I get that.
Of course, because your bones are
Somatic dancing?
like your flu.
No friggin' idea. Yeah, other times, it's actually been more sinister.
I don't know what that is.
During probably something you do on a full moon, naked in the harvest. I don't know.
I do like those skirts with the belt.
Okay, now we're segueing.
No, not the bells. The little coins.
Stay focused. So during the screening call for a wellness program, I now believe at the very best to be a pyramid scheme, at worst a cult. I was asked if I felt able to put aside my critical thinking before they signed me up. And I practically begged them to let me.
Oh, never a good idea when someone says, I want to tell you how to think. It's like, oh, red flag.
Yeah, well, telling you not to think. That's the key point.
Red flag.
If someone says that, it's like,
red flag.
I'm going to give
Especially
you
young
all
ones.
my trust.
If someone says, no, don't think the way you normally think, which is kind of an instinct to think critically.
Yeah.
Red flag.
At least research it. Get some reviews. Check that part of things out. In pull quotes to the side, it says, I've submerged myself in ice-cold bathtubs, sweated in saunas, let a man strike a drum balanced on my belly so the vibrations would stimulate my cells.
Sure.
Anyone got a drum? Drum? Where's the little drummer boy when you want him? Okay. Thankfully, one day into a dangerously stupid 3-day initiative.
So the ice baths are only for inflammation, guys. It is good for inflammation. That's it. But be careful.
Hold on. You've got to be cautious if you have an underlying heart condition that can lead, as some strange influences,
they can cause
brain aneurysms. Let's do the research first before you do things. See a medical professional.
Just please don't be stupid.
Yep. Don't follow the influencers online. Anyway, Kate.
At the same time, I understand why people do, and they're not bad ice baths if you know what you're doing. But I'm just saying, like, if you have an injury, if if you have an underlying heart thing, or
Mm.
you have I don't know, in your family you've had aneurysms. I've had a grandfather die of a brain aneurysm, like that.
Just like that.
Okay, so be careful.
Absolutely.
Be careful. Know your family history and speak to your doctor.
Yes, do think that is
Even
supervision.
simple things as ice baths are
No,
not
don't touch mummy's
something
coffee.
you
That's
go
sacrilege.
into without speaking, unless you're young and healthy. But like, yeah, be careful.
Now, Kate says, thankfully, one day into a dangerously stupid 3-day initiation course designed by some guy called Paul or Peter or Ian or Bob, whatever, I saw it for what it was. I sent an eviscerating email and I received a full refund. I found the limit of my willful gullibility. I was taking no more. I found it again by accidentally taking part in a ceremony to commune with angels because it was advertised.
Kate!
It was advertised as a nice, relaxing group meditation.
Okay, and that probably is good. I'm not saying it's bad if it's the angels, but I'm just going to say it's not going to do anything for your ME/CFS.
Oh, but this is a classic one.
Make you feel like nice and happy.
Now,
friends.
you remember...
But, I do understand.
You remember some of the research, and it was still on websites in Australia, from the government websites, and in the UK, things such as graded exercise therapy.
Are we going to really talk about this? Because this is now
and
my
cognitive
gullibility.
behavioural therapy. But CBT is just going to make you feel magically better for a physical condition, right?
Oh, I tried.
Okay. So...
Didn't even understand it. I was like, I study psychology.
Guess which way Kate went. Kate, again, her local gym offered a free rehabilitation program that went against all the prevailing advice on treating my condition, but conveniently, it herded me towards a lifetime or long-term membership. Oh, the money just keeps raking in.
I did that.
And one of the most detrimental things to your body.
I went to the gym 5 to 6 days a week.
And I'm also going to say this to the physio industry. If you do have a patient who has actually been diagnosed and recognised as having ME/CFS or long COVID, do the research that graded exercise therapy can be detrimental to the cellular structure and cause more harm. Set them backwards, set them into relapse. It needs to be incredibly understood and done cautiously.
I used to come home after 6 months of doing this, and boy was I fit and healthy in other ways, but I'd come home and go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to start to say, a bit like how I live my life now, it's like, well, I've got children. At the time I had children. So no, I've got to cook dinner, clean the house, go and do, errands and get different things at shopping for this person, that person in the family. I had to prioritize that above going to the gym, because it got to the point where I was going to the gym and coming home, showering, getting my pajamas on, and getting back into bed and getting up when the kids got home.
Exactly.
To cope with
trying to do that thing that was meant to making you better, but making you crash and get worse.
And most of the time, I should not have been driving. I shouldn't have been driving.
No.
I was so fatigued. They say don't drive fatigued. I said that to a doctor once. I said, yeah, but you've got road signs saying don't drive fatigued. I'm fatigued all the time. He just looks at me like,
This is the same.
You'll be fine. I'm
this is the same medical professional that.
Right. So when I get my speeding ticket for being fatigued
or swerving off the road, having an accident, crossing the line,
I'll come and bring it to you, sir.
But this is the same medical fraternity that didn't take your license away when you were having daily seizures.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, shit me, you've got to be. But this is
no,
the
I
health
had
system
seizures
of WA
many
that we
years
deal with.
before that.
Right, let's find out what Kate has also got to say about her long COVID, which is ME/CFS at the end of the day, myalgic encephalitis chronic fatigue syndrome. There are times, or these are times, when suspending my skepticism felt like a betrayal to myself, when I feel that I've been exploited. Now I feel extremely protective of other people like me, too sick to necessarily have the clarity of mind to tell the false promises of wellness culture from the legion. Amen, sister. I absolutely hear that. That is one of the key points of why we do this.
Yeah.
Our YouTube channel has been set up to educate and to advocate to stop the stupid loop, stop people wasting their time, energy, going backwards, becoming more detrimental, getting clarity of getting actual diagnosis and finding appropriate pathways to gain help, and to also have connection so you can talk about and feel validated
and have a good,
rather than being shut down and said it's all in your head, you're just a female, you're looking for attention, whatever other bullshit that comes up from the male misogyny of the bloody health system. Sorry.
And basically, guys, you deserve that. You deserve to be able to look after yourself in the way that and most of you people out there with ME/CFS, you've probably learnt this way. Tell me if I'm right anyway. Through your own experience, you've learned, listen to my body, number one. So that would be my advice if Kate sat with me and said, right, you've had this since you were 17, you're 51. What's your advice? The first advice I give to anyone who's first time experiencing long COVID symptoms, and I've had viral from chronic fatigue and long COVID for myself as well.
Yeah, she had COVID and had long COVID reactivated.
Really hit me hard, and I didn't recover. So another couple of notches down. So basically, I would say listen to your body, number one.
Listen to your body.
Listen to your body. No one knows your body more than you. So if it hurts, don't do it.
Pace.
If it hurts, don't do it. That's what we say when I was a dancer. If it hurts, don't do it. But then again, there's good pain and bad pain.
Yep. Pacing.
Prioritize what you have to get done. That's how you pace. You prioritize. What's the first thing?
Yep.
Hygiene. Taking medicines like vitamins.
What's your priorities?
Vitamins. Eating healthy and clean.
Because if you don't, you're going to get PEM, post-exertional malaise, and that's going to then end up in crashes.
Well, that's it. You're going to end up staying in a crash.
Yeah.
So listen to your body.
Don't push yourself.
If it hurts, stop.
Yeah.
Eat clean.
Yep.
Because that's going to give you more energy. Even people without anything wrong with them, they eat. You know what you're like. If you eat Hungry Jacks just 2 days in a row because we've been busy and you've had no time to do meal prep or cook, you don't like it either. You're like, I feel sluggish.
That's not nutritious.
So guys, eat clean. And like I said, prioritize your life. You've got to do so it's like hygiene, then it's food prep.
We're about to go into a list of things that she's been suggested or has tried along the way. And look, along the way, you've had things such as essential oils recommended to you.
I said, get fucked.
Your chakras should be put into an alignment.
Get lost. I had someone who she actually wanted to heal me. I said, you know what? I felt sorry for her. I said, go for it.
Let's get going.
So I laid
Drumming.
down. I laid down and she did all this.
Drumming's been recommended.
She did the chakra thing on me.
Yep, I know.
And I'm laying there.
And
She's like,
Reiki.
how do you feel? And Reiki. And I said,
and Reiki.
Yeah, I feel good. I felt like saying, I feel no fucking different.
No fucking difference. Okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't pay for this shit.
You've had hypnotism. You have had mindfulness, meditation. You've been told to dance naked in the moonlight. Could be quite nice, but probably not an appropriate thing for your condition.
Nothing in mindfulness.
I know.
I sit there going, I've got to cook this recipe.
Right. Juicing, which is actually a good thing. I actually like juicing.
To it.
Ice baths, cryogenic ice therapy.
Yeah, but that does work for inflammation.
Yeah.
But you've got to be
oxygen
careful.
therapy, IV therapies.
I want IV therapy, but it's expensive. So
antibiotics,
Kate, if you can afford IV therapy, highly recommend that.
Yep. Who was?
Vitamin C.
Vitamins
and
supplements.
Anyway,
all the
go
supplements.
To someone who knows.
Yeah.
This stuff.
Drinking certain Tai Chi thingamabobs.
No. Just drink like what I drink with the V8 juice.
Yep.
It's full of fruits and vegetables. Drink lots of that. Take many vitamins.
Oh, Rife, the Rife machine. Remember that as well. You know, you plug into your electronic things.
Okay.
So lots of things have been suggested.
Psychology of biology, and I'm just going to say, it's bullshit. Okay, stop with the crazy shit.
Okay.
Stick to the IV, absolutely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely do that. Increase your vitamins intake.
Yeah.
Right, of all different kinds.
Of course, nutrition.
See a specialist doctor who's a medical doctor who specialises in fatiguing conditions.
Right, I'm going to swing back to Kate. One of the things that she's about to do and talk about is something that you have been recommended, but you haven't had the money to be able to try, which is hyperbaric treatment. Now, hyperbaric normally works really well. Mm-hmm. And funny enough, all our top athletes get full access to this because it's great for injury rehabilitation.
Can I play for the West Coast Eagles?
Being a person with a disability,
just bench me all
with
the time.
a disability support pension, and things that are not supplied by the public health system or under Medicare, if they're not cost effective, you can't do these things. No, you can't play with the footballers. Anyway, what does Kate do? Well, what else she's done? I've done 90-minute sessions lying in a sealed hyperbaric oxygen chamber, which felt somewhat like road testing my own coffin. Okay, no worries.
No,
great
don't
analogy.
Say that, Kate.
A very small, frighteningly positive man poked my spine, pulled my arms, pummeled my back while he bellowed things like, "Your immune system will work perfectly. Amen, brother."
You're kidding me.
No, that's what she had. She actually had that happen to her.
I would have laughed.
No.
Oh, autistically, I would have just been like...
It's like the person who tried to hypnotise me. I was like, dude.
Hypnotise you?
Yeah, he tried to hypnotise me. It's like, that did not work, dude.
Too?
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't pluck like a duck. So.
Pluck like a duck.
Oh, that was funny. Anyway.
It is weird. It's like the Reiki thing that I had. I just like, I'm lying there and I'm like, this is really weird.
Yeah. What's worse is don't touch me.
And I'm
don't
autistic,
touch me.
exactly.
I'm autistic. Don't
That's
touch
what
me.
I'm thinking the whole time. She
Back
goes,
away.
You were shallow
Social distance.
No, she goes, you were shallow breathing. And I'm like, I wanted to tell her, but I didn't even tell her that I was autistic. But I wanted to say, because Ashra, she's so good. She's not autistic.
Yeah.
She's on our list, guys. Check
on
her
YouTube.
out.
Yeah,
She's
lovely
autistic.
girl.
She's been to
Who's another
Harvard,
one? Another female
done
who
psychology
studied psychology.
at Harvard. Anyway,
How many females with autism study psychology? She's on a master's degree.
And you know that she's very much like me.
Oh
because
God, she's so like
she
you.
actually really unmasks on her channel.
Yep.
And Matt goes, I'm like, yeah, that's me, isn't it?
That's
He's
you,
like,
sweetie.
yeah.
Yep.
But basically what
So
I'm going to
relatable.
say is like, when she was doing it, I was wanting to say, yeah, just don't touch me. Like, I'm autistic. I wanted to explain it to her.
Yeah.
Like, because this is what she says with her partner. She's lying in bed. She gives this analogy of like what it's like for her in bed with her partner. She's like, don't touch me. Stop touching me. You're touching me. Stop touching me. And it's so true. I'm the same. Sometimes it's like, absolutely, let's snuggle. Otherwise, it's like, no, don't touch me. I'm sensory overloaded. Okay? It's very difficult being autistic in a relationship. We are not always coping. Okay, so don't get it twisted. But I'm just letting you know that's how it feels. So that's what I wanted to say to her. Was like, don't touch me. Stop touching me. You're
Right.
touching me. Stop
Her
touching me.
account is, just for reference,
She's been
Ashra
to Harvard for
Louisa,
psychology.
ASHRALOUISA. Ashra Louisa. She's on Instagram. She's
Instagram
on,
as well.
I think,
YouTube.
TikTok
She's
and
got her own
YouTube. She's on a
podcast
range
as
of different
well.
social media channels
But she's
as a reference there.
very knowledgeable of autism. She explains it well.
So Kate, coming back to the Kate and the Guardian article as we wrap this up, Kate submerged herself in ice-cold bathtubs. She sweated in saunas, let a man strike a drum balanced on her belly so the vibrations,
Sounds painful.
good
Sounds
vibrations.
painful. I don't like my tummy touched.
Do
I?
No, but
You
she
touch my
thought,
tummy and I'm like,
well,
"Ugh!"
she was told it's going to stimulate her cells. Stimulate the cells, honey. Stimulate the cells. Stimulate.
Ow!
Stimulate.
I hurt myself.
See, you're cured.
It's my tummy.
It's her tummy. She's a little bit protective on the tummy.
I don't know why.
Okay. This is a little bit too soon in Australia. She stirred mushroom powders
No.
in hot water.
Too
Don't
soon.
pick your mushrooms. Do not go for the death cap mushrooms.
No,
There's another
don't
whole
go to
thing
people's
on.
places for dinner.
Anyway, stirred mushroom powders into hot water
Hey.
from an alleged boost to the cognitive function.
No, that's sad, isn't it?
Prodded her collarbones and the armpits and the groin to drain the lymphatic system. Had her chakras
Drain.
realigned. Asked a psychic what to do. No, that
I'm
was.
trying to drain my...
Did you ask
Is
a
it my
psychic?
lymphs?
That's your
My
lymphatic
lymphs.
system. Don't forget to dry brush yourself. That helps your
You
lymphatic
did
system.
that.
It does actually help. That's
It does
lymphatic
actually
draining.
help. But
As long as you know
anyway,
how to do lymphatic
it's,
draining.
it's not
that's
fun
useful.
and it's tiring standing up.
It's tiring brushing you like a horse. I seriously felt like I was brushing a horse.
But yeah.
Did
no,
you ever
don't
go to a
just-
psychic? Did you ever ask a psychic?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No, because
there's a-
I'm Catholic.
There's
Like,
a
we
there's a
don't-
man
No,
with dark hair in your
Catholics
future.
No, but Catholics, this is the thing. Okay, if you're Catholic, you've been raised that way, right? Or you are Catholic. Because I don't go to church because it's corrupt now. But basically,
You're religious, but you don't
I
go to
have religious
formal
beliefs.
religious
Yeah, so
centres,
basically, I was raised, and Catholics know this, that psychic stuff and spiritual stuff is a thing. But you don't touch it.
You don't double
You leave
with
it.
the darkness.
You don't dabble with darkness.
You don't let it entertain
And
and
guys,
bring into
I
your
know
life.
it's a bit of a joke, but I want to tell you, it. Don't.
Don't, yeah.
You will not walk away without an effect. You will not walk away safe. Don't touch
Just
it.
as an
But
aside-
I knew because of that
Yeah.
background with my
Yeah.
mum and my nana telling me things.
Yeah.
I know that when someone's come to me to try and get me to do these things, I go, no, thank you.
Yeah.
because
Not today, Satan.
exactly, I just know. So luckily, I've already got that
Diane's
information.
very interested as a psychologist student into criminal psychology, so she does watch a lot of true crime. But it's been interesting. A lot of the true crime recently has got elements where Ouija boards and all the other things are coming into play, and it's like,
absolutely, you don't mess with it.
If you're dabbling with the darkness, I'm not surprised you're in the situation that you're in. Just saying, as an aside, so leave it one alone. This girl, Kate, from The Guardian, also drunk what now must be gallons and gallons of celery juice. Sure.
Well, celery juice, I mean, look, some of these things are a temporary feel-good,
ginger,
like my juice.
Yep.
But when
I say drink my V8
turmeric.
Juice, no, but when I say drink my V8 juice, that's got fruit and vegetables, you will feel energized. But it will not cure you. So always remember how you explain it to the assholes in your life. If you've got ME/CFS, it doesn't matter where you got it from. You say, these things I do make me feel good temporarily.
Exactly. Just like coffee does.
I feel good right now temporarily.
It's a temporary boost of a stimulant
but
for
at the
fatigue.
end of the day, it'll wear off. And then I'm back to, it's not a cure.
Physics.
There is
Every
no
action
cure.
has an equal and opposite reaction.
Well, there's no cure.
You take bucket loads of stimulants, you're going to go for a crash on the other flip side of it all. That's what happens. So, Kate says, all of these things exist on a spectrum of efficacy and intentions, from a floret of kale to a full-blown cult. Please don't join a cult today. You are hot.
Hot.
Yeah, you're a hottie. Okay, now we will have... Well, just let me finish this off. We will each have our own quota of what we're able to believe. Okay, I'm coming back to the
finish it up. Oh, he's making me feel difficult now.
You're not difficult.
You're so OCD.
I'm going to put this in your ear. Okay, it's coming towards your ear. Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, but don't push it so hard. But push it hard. Be quick.
But put it in.
Be quick. Oh, that is
Other
so
side,
swollen. It's swollen in there.
Okay.
It's swollen in my ears, guys.
I do
It's not
both
good
sides
today.
to make sure there's accuracy
What is
of
it?
consistency, and it is. It's 37.8 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
You're above febrile, which is 37.
all night.
Dyan has for the last 2 months been at that 38-degree range.
sick of it, man.
Febrile, sweating out. I'm going to give you some Panadol Osteo.
I just can't do it. Sorry, guys. It is really bad. I didn't sleep much last night because of the sweats. I feel like I got menopause
Coffee
again.
or cool? Have a cool drink.
Cool.
Cool. And obviously your face is becoming flushed. So with the face side of things,
Comes
if you
and goes,
haven't
comes
seen
and
this,
goes.
this is the Mala face rash, this red butterfly rash. That is actually an autoimmune relationship to that. Commonly seen in things like lupus SLE, which Dyan has been diagnosed with multiple times along the way.
They took
It's
it away, they gave it, they took it away, they gave it.
autoimmune specified.
I think they've got bipolar.
I think some of these professionals do have bipolar, but I'm not going to go there either.
I think some of the people that work at hospitals, some of these chicks need to get some...
Now, with
help.
Kate, I hope Kate, well, she obviously has tried cults, but anyway, she's tried everything. On hard days, I still worry that I'm too vulnerable and not discerning enough.
Yes.
On better days, I'm just grateful to have things to try out. Recently, I've been going outside first thing to ask the sun, hey son, to set my circadian rhythm.
Yeah, that is good.
I down a...
That is good.
Was it monasteric goats?
No, but staring at the sun, that's just... Everyone should do that, actually. Everybody should be...
Because it does.
But you can get the glasses. So,
Correct.
Kate, get the glasses.
Blue light glasses, which do reset your circadian rhythm.
She's not
There is
listening, guys,
Australian
but, like,
universities
I'm trying.
who have researched into the blue light glasses.
They are good. So if you've got ME/CFS,
Great for jet lag.
I do recommend the blue light glasses or going out in the sun. The circadian rhythm is a real thing. It's a real thing, right? And all it's going to do is balance you to be night and day cycled.
Absolutely.
Okay, because with ME/CFS,
when you're
it's
sleeping
very
all the
easy
time, to lose that rhythm.
To lose that.
And if you're also in a room and you're not seeing fresh air, let alone the sunlight.
You can't help but fall
bingo.
asleep sometimes.
But
it's not your fault.
when you're hypersensitive to light, that's also a difficulty as well. Which
It
is why
hurts
we
the
have in
eyeballs.
our house all of these curtains that you can see are filtered. So with that, it means that
on
we're
my bad
actually
days,
blocking the intensity
Nice.
of the light
Yeah.
effect. Now, this one's going to be a little bit interesting. Hi, Stitch. What are you doing over there? Okay.
Stitch has been here the whole time.
Kate's tried a few other things apart from the circadian rhythm.
I feel so bad for
Not only
her.
did she down a pint of water
Hey,
and the
guys.
electrolytes, and electrolytes are important to keep up.
I do the same thing still.
However, placing a little device that looks like a high-end sex toy on her sternum to stimulate her vagus nerve. I think you might just leave that one where it is. But I will actually point out the vagus nerve, also known from Latin as the wandering nerve, it literally is the longest nerve in the body, does actually affect heart because it wraps around the heart. It causes palpitations. It does wrap around the GI tract, so it does actually cause things, and it actually is contributable to gastrointestinal issues related to dysmotility, gastroparesis. That's science. There actually is science around it. So the vagus nerve stimulation, there is actually science out there.
But people, so make sure though, guys,
particularly for seizure and other sort of conditions.
Look at the science online. Be careful what you see out there, because I'm seeing people use this vagus nerve in the wrong way, guys. So
that's the bullshit part of it.
Discern what you watch on the internet.
They want to associate it to trauma a lot of the time.
Okay,
and that's
but what I'm saying
shit.
is, please be careful with the internet now. We have gone into a era where just because someone goes on there and says, "Well, I'm a psychologist," don't trust people. You've got to be discerning, even with what I say. Even though I know I'm right, I would never share anything that's not factual because I'm autistic. But you should be weighing me up, guys. You should be critically thinking about what I say. Do your own research
at all times.
Do your own research.
Make sure you always take yourself responsibility.
You'll realise I'm right.
Do your own.
No, joking.
Do your own research.
I don't say things about fact.
No, exactly.
I don't mention it if I hear things and I study about things or learn about things. If I don't know it's something stable, I won't share it.
Now here's one. Excuse me. Another one other thing which I have talked about us getting hold of. Now, this is because of being bedbound and particularly with circulation. It's called a vibration plate, which is something you stand on to help circulation. Because you have incredibly poor circulation to the lower extremities. And that happens a lot with dysautonomia and obviously postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which comes in quite a lot of the time you'll see orthostatic intolerance.
No, but I find, you know what I recommend? Is as soon as you get diagnosed with ME/CFS, somehow try, and especially if you've got good health practitioners
that are actually open-minded, go to a cardiologist and get tested for POTS. Absolutely, 1000%. As soon as you get a diagnosis of ME/CFS, because they should diagnose you with chronic fatigue first for a year, and then they should flip it into ME/CFS. Because you might get better in a year. But if it's more than a year,
sustained,
I'm sorry, but you're probably going to be for life. But
POTS,
go to a cardiologist and get tested for POTS.
You can even do it at home, actually, can't you?
Not all cardiologists.
Okay,
POTS.
so
let's
guys,
be clear about this as well.
Look up the NASA test.
Correct.
Look up the NASA
the science
test
organisation,
and do it
NASA.
at home with someone else who's open-minded, critical thinking while you're doing it. Read it carefully on how to do it correctly.
All you need is a blood pressure monitor, and you can get one of those to actually do a test at home. It is the same equivalence to doing what's known as a tilt table test, which is used for orthostatic intolerance.
I got it done.
Right, coming back to the vibration plate. The reason why I was looking for this is because you always complain about your feet becoming cold, you're not getting the circulation. If we do a Blanche test, we see that your blood response is not always good, and that is a big issue for you. The vibration plate is something which you sit on or stand on, and it creates a vibration and it helps the muscles, and it agitates and creates circulation, and it helps better improving blood flow. We also use compression stockings because unfortunately from the vascular department, that's something which you actually need as well. So she obviously got the vibration plate to stand on to move the muscles that otherwise could atrophy after roughly 900 days of lying down and being in bed.
No, we don't get atrophy, guys.
That's the interesting part about ME/CFS. There is actually a uniqueness with that particular condition where you don't seem to
because we're not paralyzed.
Atrophy.
We can get up occasionally. Your muscle memory is very clever. Okay, very clever. Your muscle fibers are very smart. Smarter than you. Memory. They're literally an instinctual thing. So you won't lose your muscles.
Other things she's tried, she's danced aggressively to a Selena Gomez heavy playlist to release the trapped emotion from her body. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've done
Trauma
that too.
response, trapped emotion.
No, I haven't done it for that, but I do it like literally for fun.
You dance like a nut all the time.
I do it for fun.
Absolutely.
And then I regret it. One song, guys, this is how brutal, if you don't know ME/CFS. One song I'll listen to in bed, no matter if it's a Broadway or just a pop song, one song can make me like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Just as much as that one email affected Kate, that one song can be enough, and you're stuck for hours or days. She also has put her legs up a wall at every possible opportunity and to guzzle a handful of supplements, thinking to myself, at the very least, maybe I can have some placebo effect as a little treat.
my acute phase. How many times was I lying on the floor,
Yeah.
lying with my legs up on the wall?
Absolutely.
Especially being a dancer, I was
Yeah.
able to do weird positions, but
You are a bit
I
weird.
did that, you know, in between waiting for classes and in between, you know, I do weird stuff.
You do.
To
you
cope.
Still do.
Because, you know, back then it was just like, it was also the era of get on with it, right?
And the reason
Get on
behind
with
that,
it.
and it's a bit like if you faint or have syncope, the common thing is to actually make sure that your legs are raised because it flows the blood circulation back so you're getting blood flow to the brain. Blood
Except
and
when I'm passing out,
oxygenation.
don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
So there are things that you can do at home
Don't
just by
touch me.
elevating your legs.
Remember Australians
So
do?
with Kate, and we're going to wrap this up, do I think these things have helped?
No, don't
She
touch
says yes. Am I sure about that? She says no. She's still gullible. But what else can I do? She asks. There is no treatment protocol. There is no known cure for long COVID or ME/CFS. Experts disagree on what it even means. Is it tiny blood clots preventing oxygen from circulating through my body properly? Is it a mitochondrial dysfunction, inflammation, an extreme histamine reaction, cytokine storms? Is it dysautonomia, orthostatic intolerance?
We don't know yet, Kate.
Is it all of those things? Are all of those things engaged? Because we're seeing, and all of those things, you have extreme histamine reaction, you have dysautonomia, you have inflammation, you have mitochondrial dysfunction, and you have tiny blood clots preventing oxygen from circulating throughout your body. So yes, you actually have all of those things going on for you, and we've done all the tests.
So we don't really know
what we have
that's
done
doing it all, but
is resting.
we know it's real.
Pacing. Dyan will use her pulse oximeter to monitor her heart rate and blood pressure, so she slows down and stops.
Because I've also got a heart thing going on, so for me, unfortunately, it's gotten ridiculous where I just get up and go to the toilet and it's going beep, beep, beep. It's
Absolutely.
like, well, I have to go to the toilet. Okay?
Compression stockings help the things.
Toilet.
So treating the individual symptoms. So things like POTS, compression stockings, elevating the edge of the bed, increasing your fluid, your water intake. Those things are all very helpful. Having more salt in your diet is actually more helpful.
Sitting like this
is
more
helpful.
So if you can get a bed that tilts up and down, guys, I know that for a lot of people this is tough, especially in this climate of economic stress. But I'm telling you, if you're not on the NGIS, investing in a bed like these that tilt is, for an ME/CFSer, is life-changing. Life-changing.
Exactly. And it's by about 10 to 12 degrees, raising the back of the bed can make a huge difference. Kate says, so long as we know so little about something that affects my life so completely, there's always a possibility that something wacky may just help. Until there is an advance in medical science and evidence-based treatments, all I can do is hope.
Days away, weeks
away. Rest, stay hydrated, and try my very best to not join a cult again. Don't join a cult, Kate. Please don't. So that was Kate Lever.
So
great article, Wednesday 3rd of September. It's called Long COVID Has More Than 200 Potential Symptoms. Selective Gullibility is one of mine. It's from TheGuardian.com.
If you want to share this article,
it is a good article.
But can I tell people what does work?
Yeah, please. What does work for you, sweetie? Tell us.
Like I said, the V8 juice, as well as coffee and electrolyte drinks, absolutely. Okay. They are not a cure, but they are something to keep you functioning. Eating clean and healthy
increasing
is
salt
just
in your diet.
A must. Okay, increasing salt, and basically having a good doctor that looks at everything open-mindedly and maybe has an experience with fatiguing conditions of some kind, because it doesn't matter what fatiguing condition it is. They know how to respond to that symptom.
And now keep saying the same things. Pacing, okay? Monitor your spoons.
So don't, even if
that's
you feel
where the term spoon theory comes from. So remember that those spoons are your energy, and if you use it on something, it's gone. Okay? Like a battery, it's drained. It takes a while to regain that battery.
So write a list of prioritized things you have to do each day, and then go from the top down. And when you have to stop.
Ask people to help. Sorry, Dani. Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
I can't finish my point. So now I'm just saying, like, this is, I guess, for people that have transitioned from normal life to suddenly being sick. It is the biggest battle you're going to fight is that denial. So to Kate, she's not listening, I know, guys, but
she might be.
To Kate, I would be saying to someone like that, you have to let go of all of your old thinking, and you got to get rid of this denial. You got to realize that you're going through grief. And you've got all the 5 stages of grief.
Denial. It's a river in Egypt.
And denial is one of the most difficult ones because it's instinct to want to be part of the world. Just like us autistics. I want to be part of the world, but I socially cannot handle the intense social situations out there. Just like with autism, I can't be part of the world because I get too burnt out in my head because I get overloaded with sensory stuff. So we can't always get what we want. And I think that autism in me made me sort of, I've transferred that information and gone, right, now I need to accept the same attitude towards my physical health. Because when I was a young kid, as much as I was physically sick, being young helped me kick that. Yeah. But now I've lost that.
True.
Because the older you get, the less. And
but
you
now
guys know
we
this.
treat the symptoms. So
treat the
just
symptoms,
like you saw here, monitoring Dyan's temperature,
for pain and,
treating
and
it,
fevers,
keeping hydration up, very
clean,
important. Eating good, healthy. Dyan's eating salads,
so
beautiful,
guys,
healthy
if
stuff,
you
fruits.
know you've got like social commitments, or you know, and pretty much your partner, particularly on weekends, save your energy for the weekends. Yeah. Because you can rest as of Monday.
But that's the pacing thing. If you know you got something on a Saturday, probably for 2 to 3 days beforehand, total rest. You do the action, and then you know that for 2 to 3 days afterwards, you're
always
recovering.
Have a calendar so that you know what's ahead. Yep. Because pacing should be looked at as short term, medium, and long term. So if you've got a wedding coming up, I had to do it for my son's wedding. I had to plan. I was in a crash. I was in a really bad state, and I had to plan way ahead to make sure I was in perfect condition, so to speak, to attend,
to participate,
and to be at my absolute best more than ever before. Yep. So pacing can be something that I would schedule a month ahead for yourself.
Now there are really other things amongst all this. Obviously, sometimes antibiotics can assist, and obviously work through that with your GP or primary care physician. Steroids can help in the short term, but they actually cause longer term damage for patients with ME/CFS. So be very careful and avoid that.
It's not worth
Supplements such as your C's and D3s are natural things that your body actually needs, and particularly in the B group for energy, B1, 12, and 12.
I've heard
D-ribose D is a very specific
D-ribose is good
thing that does actually help.
Except for ADHD.
Has this hyper thing, like I said, coming back to the equal and opposite reaction. You use it, you'll give you an energy burst, but the after effect, you could crash longer because your body's recuperating from it all.
If you're not getting antibiotics by IV, forget it.
Yeah, with delivery methodology is important.
And that's where it comes into the poor, and ME/CFS makes you poor very quickly. And then like the rich. So I'm very sorry, but if you've got the money, IV antibiotics,
but also the denial
and vitamins.
But I'm also going to say, your experience of denial in the Australian health system. For females, there's a male misogyny that has been existing for decades. I've seen this firsthand, and I'm a male pointing this out.
But that spreads to the women in medical. Yep. Okay, I've had people that are women be more misogynistic as doctors, nurses, radiographers than the men. Yeah. Because they want to fit in.
Now, remembering that this condition does affect females more than the male population. It's about 85, 87%. So, with that cohort in mind, understanding that it's not being a weak female, it's not all in their head, they're not seeking attention.
You're not weak.
They are struggling with a real condition that's
seeking attention by being in our beds and not even bothering going to the doctor because
try
they
make
just
the logic make
such
logic,
idiots.
make the math
that
make
was
math.
me when I thought it was just ME/CFS for me, guys. Yeah. Okay, I didn't bother going to the doctor because it's like, what's the point? In those days, well, I mean, these days it is different if you get the right doctor, but in the past there's no point. They go, oh, okay, well. Yep.
Yeah. Now remember the rareportal.org.au, rareportal.org.au in Australia has got a link to all resources for rare conditions, and ME/CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome is one of those, and that links off to a couple of different resources. Emerge is one of those. Most of them are patient-led. Some have useful resources, some have nurse assistants on the phone, some have actually been detrimental through the community, and there's some controversy with it all.
Guys. I don't know.
But try it out. See how you go. Maybe they've improved.
Maybe they've improved, yeah.
Absolutely.
We don't know.
But do your own research as you go along. Now, and out of all of this, remember that
believe yourself, ladies. Okay, and I'm sure all you long-term ME/CFSs will back me up on everything that we've said because you guys know this well. So we're preaching to the choir. The choir, aren't we? Basically.
That's like singing to the angels. You're preaching to the choir. Yeah.
Make sure you do comment because of that, because your insights, just like mine, are valuable to these people that have just caught
comments, questions, ideas,
because these people need your help. So if you can add anything to what we've said, that can help those people. Just remember that in the comments. You're helping other people with your advice.
The irony of physical in-person support groups is that most people with ME/CFS who are severe and very severe, they can't get out of bed. They can't go into situations to compromise their immune system, because even just getting a common cold and a flu because people are not social distancing and wearing masks makes them crash even longer, so it's detrimental. So that's the irony. Now, I'm always going to say a disclaimer, remember that we're not medical professionals, so any of the information that we say here is through lived experience from Dyan,
we're talking about a medical condition.
We are not your primary care physician or a specialist. You go and see them. That's your job to do that.
We're talking about the article, and we're talking about my experience.
So thank you very much from Kate.
Feel free to
from
share your
TheGuardian.
experience of ME/CFS for people like Kate who have just newly come into
this.
New.
And
they
3 years.
need
It's still new.
your information. Let's remember that your information is valuable. But just like, and I'll back up you guys, you're not medical professionals, but you are patients of ME/CFS, and your voice is more valuable in my eyes because of the lack of research. That's what you say to people. If people sort of say anything to you, like, you shouldn't be preaching about something, you just say, I've got the condition, show me some research. And it'll be crickets. There's not much research. Yes, long COVID's brought in some extra research to the situation,
more eyeballs and
but
finance
they're
to
still
it all.
finding the same. Oh, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this.
And we've
now
debunked things such as graded exercise therapy and things like CBT as far as being able to be cures. It helps with the mental struggles of isolation, but it does not cure the condition.
It helps.
The other things we've talked about,
it helps with the bullying of like, she's not sick.
Coping with the system.
Shut up.
Big thumbs up of encouragement,
Hope you get it.
and please
No,
like our video. Comments and questions, ideas and suggestions, leave them below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe.
If you have ME/CFS,
hit that notification bell.
Put a
and share us.
red love heart in the comments, because ME/CFS millions missing is red, is the colour. The month of May is millions missing. So I want everyone to put a love heart in there, and love hearts to all of you who have it.
Yeah, and thank you for Kate as a journalist putting this article out there. It really does help.
So I'll put it in the description if you want to share it, you want to read it for yourself.
Exactly.
Go for it.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again. Bye for now.
Bye.